All right. All right. The blackness in the storytelling for the getaway video, right? How did we
Right.
get there?
So I feel, we have Greek mythology, and there are a lot of African myths that we don't hear of. So let's bring this mystic storytelling element into this video.
Mm-hmm.
And so, we see these black boys on this adventure, then they get taken away by these black mystical beautiful beings, and then they come back to this place and they don't know whether it happened or not. So the mystery is still a huge part of Getaway. But I just wanted it to be something different, honestly.
Mm-hmm. I'm with it. It was really different, but it was really cool. It was really cute. But you know what wasn't different was Posted. Posted was familiar as hell. Track number 2, Posted with a period at the end. Was the period on purpose? Was that a typo? What was the period at the end of Posted?
It was definitely on purpose because it's
Okay.
just like posted, no questions asked. That's
Okay,
it.
right. That's it. That's it. Posted. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Chilling with your friends. Okay, so we get friends as our kind of like theme for the first time here. So what is the message behind Posted? Is it kind of like a coming of age thing? Is it kind of like a here's how I relax, you should try it type of thing? What was the intention behind Posted?
So just like my faith is very important to me, my friendships are very important to me too. I
Mm-hmm.
don't have a lot of really good friends. And
Mm-hmm.
so the people who I do have, like, I make sure I take care of them. I make sure I look after them, check up on them, all of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And we've been within the same circle for at least 4 years at this point. And so something that we've always come across is just a struggle. Like whether it be in college or whether it be after college, like we feel like it's always, if it ain't one thing, it's another. And
Mm-hmm.
we're trying to like crawl our way to make it to this place that I guess is the American dream or just success, period.
Mm-hmm.
And it's hard. And you have people talking about you as you struggle, and you'll have people talking about you after you struggle. So the point of Posted was pretty much just like a POV song, right? So if I'm future successful me and I'm looking back with my future successful friends on where we used to be, what would I write about? And what would I say? And so it's just like, even how the song starts, reminiscing on how it used to be. Like literally, we just sitting there. Hey, y'all remember when we used to struggle?
All right, we had to get it out the mud, y'all.
Exactly, exactly. And so they used to always talk about what we gonna say and what we gonna do. And then regardless of what happened with the struggle, regardless of what happens with our success, guess who we still gonna be posted up with?
The gang.
Exactly. Exactly.
The gang. Absolutely. Okay, so we're posted up with the gang. We done got away from working out of troubles, and now it's time to get cozy. Track number
Come
3.
on.
Cozy's the first single, right?
Mhm.
It was released before everything else, right?
Yes.
But we didn't get a video for Cozy. What?
Yes. Yes.
Yet.
All I'm gonna
Oh,
say on
let's
it.
hear it.
That's all I'm gonna say on that.
That's all. That's all we need. That's all. That's all we need. You heard it here first, y'all. No video yet for Cozy. Okay, so is Cozy? Would you consider Cozy the epitome or like the base concept behind the recliner? Like, is Cozy like the flagship recliner song?
I feel like it's a mixture of cozy and filmy.
And
And
feel me.
the difference like between those songs I think says enough for me to just say that those two are the concepts of this whole album.
Okay.
So cozy, it's a song about comfort. Like I feel like music and songs a lot of time are like a snapshot of a moment. It's just one that we could hear. And
Mm-hmm.
so literally Cozy was inspired by a moment I had with a friend. It's very comfortable with this friend. Like we saw each other all the time. Don't do me.
Okay.
But
Okay. With the
I was
friend.
just, lying down and I was like, we weren't even doing anything. We were just like literally chilling. And I was like, how beautiful is it that you could be so comfortable with somebody in silence and that be enough, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And so I like Cozy was my song kind of dedicated to that moment of intimacy. Because yes, intimacy could be sexual, but intimacy honestly is just vulnerability with another person.
Mm-hmm.
And so like playing in somebody's hair, lying down, like those are other forms of intimacy for me. And I was like, let me make a song that talks about it and let me make a song that makes people feel that. And then let me pull you more into this album because you've got away, you're looking back, posted because you are going to be successful. Now I just need you to be comforted in the warmth of this song and my voice. So
Yes,
that's
and
what
my voice.
and
Period.
my voice.
Period. Okay, so on Getaway and Posted, our writers credits include Brian Young, but Cozy Brian Young does not help. Who is Brian Child, and why did he not help you with Cozy, even though it was your first single?
So Brian Young, he is the producer.
Okay.
I wrote like the lyrics for the entire album, but I did not produce any of this music. I
Mm-hmm.
wish I could, and that's definitely going to be a venture of mine moving forward at some point. But for the songs, literally, I went to YouTube, I listened through a whole bunch of music, and
Mm-hmm.
then the stuff that I like, I bought the lease for, or I rented the lease for. So
Mm-hmm.
Brian Young is the person who originally produced the song for Posted, and he originally produced the song for Getaway. And
Okay.
I got to give people their credit, whether I actually talk to them and work with them, or they slid me something.
Right. And, hey, appreciate you, my boy. Right. Okay.
Exactly. So Cozy has a different producer altogether, and
Mm-hmm.
me and him had a little bit of correspondence, but it was like I said, it was a little expensive. Music is not cheap,
Right.
but but I was like, I think in the long run, because this is one of those songs that defines the recliner, I need to buy this, and
Mm-hmm.
so I did, and so because of it, he doesn't have any more rights to it, so that's mine.
That's you. That's all you.
Mhm.
Period.
That's
I
mine.
like that. That's cool. On the hook for Cozy, you said, "Rest your head over here. Let me play in your hair, and we can get cozy." Right. Okay. So in my mind, you got homeboy with his you know that the thought boy, the fuck boy, like haircut with the fade on the sides and the hair grown out in the middle. You got homeboy in your lap, and you just
Yeah.
them curls. Is that like a role reversal for you usually, or do you like because you have a lot of natural hair too? So like usually the girl lays in old boy's lap and he lays in
Mhm.
her hair, right? So why are you playing in his hair? Was that like intentional too?
It is intentional, but the thing about it is when you're bringing somebody else a feeling,
Mm-hmm.
it's still about you because you rocking a show. Like I'm a performer. You know what I'm saying? So I like initiating feelings just as much as receiving them. And
Mm-hmm.
so when I'm playing in your hair, I get to see your reaction. I get to see how much you like this. And if I stop, guess what? You're not gonna like it anymore because you're not getting your hair played in. So
Yeah,
that's still
that's all you. That's all you.
I also enjoy playing in people's hair. Like I don't know why, it's just so therapeutic to me.
Yeah, I tell people all the time it's because we evolved from monkeys, and monkeys like to
Yeah,
stuff
they do.
out.
I never thought about that.
It's primal. It's primal because I like having my hair played in. Well, when I had hair, you know, I cut mine. But you know, when I
Oh,
had
so
hair,
good,
right? We appreciate it. You know, when I had hair, I used to love for a nigga to play in my hair. Like, dog,
yeah.
run your
And it's
fingers
not
in.
too far removed from your temples either. Like you gotta understand, you carry a lot of stress up in your head. So
Mm-hmm.
when people get in their roots and they massaging your brain,
You
mm,
literally letting some of that stress go.
exactly.
Okay, and some of that stress is caused by him not saying "I love you" on
Oh,
Say It. Okay,
mhm.
and this is where we get into the vocals.
Yeah.
It was vocals. Talk to me about Say It. Like you said, not really sure what to call it, but it's more than friends. Something is holding him back from saying "I love you."
Come on, research.
Yeah. Oh, get me. Come on, come on. Talk to me
Yeah.
about the creation of Say It. How did you? What moment was Say It capturing?
It's crazy because even though Say It is on the recliner, it comes from a frustrated place.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I feel like that's definitely a relatable song because everybody might have that moment with somebody where you know there's a feeling between y'all.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't friends, and it seems like there's something more. And whether or not one of you guys have vocalized it, like, somebody needs to say something.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's honestly the premise of that whole song. Like, listen, you know, I know it's the way you walk, the way you speak, the way you look back. Like, I just love these small things about you. And
Mm-hmm.
you know some things about me too. So just say it. And I think my favorite line from it is, can we quit this game that we're playing? That's for kids and we're grown. I know you're afraid of what this could be, but at least try so you'll know. You
Right.
know, I
Yeah.
feel like a huge part of why a lot of people don't talk about it is because they're afraid losing what it already is. And it could be something more, you know, but you will never know if you don't try. So
That's wild. Okay, so for me, once we get to say it, so yeah, the three songs before it are part of that pre-release package, right? That we got. Um,
okay.
say it kind of starts this time travel in music for me, where it gives me these classic R&B vibes. Like, did you really kind of pull that kind of like '90s, early 2000s kind of R&B?
Yeah.
Is that where you pulled that influence from? Like, is that what you put in the YouTube search bar, or like, how did you get that vibe?
Oh.
How did you get to the say it like
No. So say it like when I was looking for different songs, like I end up finding groups of producers that I do like. So sometimes I subscribe to them and like I might get a notification saying so and so just released this new track. And so I forgot what this one was called, but I really like the feeling of it. And it did give me kind of classic vibes, but I was like, I think I could put a modern twist on it too. Because I really liked the progression of the music. And just as much as vocals is something that I'm intentional about, I really pay attention to my music too, because I think when the vocals work with the music, it makes it so much more better of a song. Um, and so the way like it starts slowly, the little do 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 do, and then it just kind of continues rolling like with the momentum. And I was like, okay, I could use my vocals to build that. And so I did.
and did and did.
Mhm.
And then you traveled even further back in time, because this was giving me like doo-wop, ice cream shop, pull up, drive in, like original Sonic. You know what I'm saying?
Come
QT.
on, Original Sonic.
Yeah. Oh, girl, I was a Sonic car hop and I worked drive through. I was a Sonic.
Okay. Come through, skating.
Yes, ma'am. Oh yeah, we skate down. Yeah, I'm a real 803 nigga. We
So
skate.
after this interview is over, I need to talk to you about something now that I know that.
Okay, so talk to me about QT. Okay, so you know we from the South. Okay, so is QT cutie like you're such a cutie, or is QT like quick trip? Like let's go to quick trip and get some ice cream.
So QT actually stands for quality time.
You got me. Wow, that's my second love language. I don't know how they didn't figure that out.
And it's one of my first ones. So like quality time and I believe words of affirmation are my top two.
Okay.
And so with quality time being one of mine, I was just like, let me write, a little song kind of dedicated to it. And so when I first heard the track, I was like, oh, honestly, the way I got the title, I just heard it do 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 do. I was like, this is so cute. Let me call it QT, but like actually QT. And then I was like, oh wait, I could actually tie this into something more meaningful. So I don't know if you listen to like a lot of Stevie Wonder or not, but Stevie Wonder at the beginning of Don't You Worry About a Thing, he has this little short like monologue thing where he's talking to this person in Spanish. And like I was like, okay, how could I incorporate something like that into one of my songs? Because as far as R&B goes, I love when artists used to speak at the beginning of their songs. And I wanted to do it, but this is in a very different way. And so
ice cream shop.
Exactly. And so I was just like, I want to say something about an ice cream shop because this is giving me ice cream shop vibes.
It does. It gives me very much like go get a milkshake for 55 cents.
Exactly. So I was like, I was kind of building the story in my head and I was like, okay, like what if I'm trying to find an ice cream shop and I'm talking to this guy, but then I see another guy walking by and then he stops me in my tracks and then the continued dialogue is in song format. And so that's kind of how QT was born. And I also like to show the shift of momentum because like a lot of times people think that a guy is supposed to approach a girl. But I was like, what if the scripts are flipped and a girl approaches a guy in this one? And so that's what I ended up doing. And I also like the song Escape, like if you like pina coladas.
Yeah.
Yeah, if anybody's ever listened to that song, basically, bro ends up searching for another woman, even though he's in a relationship. But the girl he ends up finding is the person he was in a relationship with. So I was like, how can I tie that into something I'm doing as well? And so QT honestly shows me if you've listened to the song, because if you did from the beginning dialogue to the end of the song, you'll know the girl who was hollering at this dude, he was already hers.
Like the girl you talking about, is it me? Oh, you got jokes, huh? Right.
Exactly.
Girl, you think you funny, huh? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That was cute. I love how QT wraps around it. So I definitely
I
love that kind of
appreciate it.
circular concept. Okay, so you've been talking about this concept for QT. Does that mean QT is also getting a video filmed at a quick shirt?
Maybe.
Wouldn't that be cute though? Like filming it like at a QT, but it's like that's
Yeah.
about like.
I've had a lot of people come to me with video concepts for QT, so I know like the want is definitely there for a video.
Are we getting RX? Are we getting 2 more videos out of Kaydence Day? We're getting a cozy video. Video. All right, we love to see it. It definitely gives me pop like airplay vibes. Like it gives me that like I said, that get that milkshake for 55 cents. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Skirt, you know what I'm saying? All of that cute stuff. But the background vocals that you put on QT, I feel like they're, like I said, say it, you were really getting into singing, but the way you layered your vocals in the background on QT,
Yeah.
ate that. Those are all you, like all the voices.
Appreciate
You're
it.
you, right? There are no like mystery.
Mm-hmm.
Like Rihanna didn't come in and like sing like a background.
Nah, that's all your girl.
That's all the girl. Girl, you ate that for me.
Thank
You not
you.
eat dairy for real? Because you mentioned it twice on QT. It's like no
So
dairy free.
I used to be vegan for 2 years. Yeah, and so I just started eating meat again, like occasionally last year, and started getting into dairy a little bit last year too. And so I'm very like conscious of how my body feels when I eat certain stuff or even how it reacts. And so I don't like drink a lot of dairy and I don't eat a lot of meat. If anything, I will definitely eat my seafood, but I even kind of do that in portions. So like with dairy, like it kind of was a little joke because a lot of girls are like, I'm trying to cut out my dairy and stuff. And then it was a little, I guess, a little dedication to me when I was vegan as well. But I just thought it'd be kind of funny to talk about because it's like, maybe let's not go here because I'm not trying to eat dairy. And it's like, girl, why you go to an ice cream shop if you try to
like, we spent all this time talking about this dairy ice cream. And you don't eat dairy. You talk about some bacon. You need some real food.
Exactly. That's some dairy-free ice cream, which is dairy-based. What?
Like what? Dairy-free ice cream. Okay, so good. I'm glad we all right, great. It was funny. It was to be funny.
Yeah,
That still shows some of that playfulness, that goofiness that you wanted us to get, you know what I'm saying, from some of the earlier songs too. But I feel like we get a little bit more serious when we switch to All Good.
Yeah, you look like you was excited to talk about that one.
What? Okay, so All Good has a star on Apple Music now. I don't know if you've seen the album, like on Apple Music, like just the track list. But Getaway has a star as it deserves. Okay. But the next star goes to All Good. I thought Posted and Cozy would have stars since they were in pre-release. But it's actually All Good and Feel Me that have the other 2 stars for you. Yeah. So your only feature on the album, JM the Poet, talks to us about JM and reaching out for the feature, deciding on a feature. How did we get there?
So earlier when I mentioned I was in a couple of groups in college, originally I was in a group with JM the Poet. And then my friend that goes by Jamal St. Clair, who's also an artist. So they both rap, Jamal St. Clair sings, and JM the Poet, of course, also does poetry. And he's really raw, like with his freestyles, with his spoken word, he's amazing. And I just like the way he attacks his verses and even how he actually does his cadences. And I feel like he can honestly write to anything. So I was like, why not extend the love back where it started? And so I reached out to him because he had actually wanted a feature for me on his debut album. And let me go ahead and put some PR out for that. But
I was like, yeah, quick little
But I was like, let me reach out back because I feel like he would be perfect. And so I sent him the original demo with just, what I'm pretty much going to be doing for the first verse. And I was like, these next 8 to 16 bars, you got it. And then I'm gonna go back into the chorus. And so he sent me his demo, and I was like, thank you for doing exactly what I needed you to do.
Okay, because he came through with the heat.
Exactly. And it was a matter of trying to integrate the 2 separated recordings from that point because he recorded from somewhere else and than I did because he lives in Pittsburgh. So I was like, how can we still make this sound like one track? And so that's when I did a little minute, because I was like, that's going to build nicely into when he does his actual verses. And so I sent him to finish the thing, and he was like, yo, this goes nuts. I was like, thank you so much. Like, I'm happy we could add our energy to it. But let me do a quick little drop for him. So his project is called Deja Vu, James the Poet, and he's amazing. Y'all should go check that out.
Y'all better go check it out because, baby, if y'all get into that verse that he gave us on our, that boy has a talent. That man.
And it wasn't until I was actually typing out the lyrics, because before I released the project, I was like, I want the lyrics to be able to be available on Apple Music. I want the lyrics to be available when people do the Instagram stories. And so, yes, that's it. That's the album. Please, please, please go check it out because he is incredible.
He put you on the outro. Did you know you're on the outro?
And he says that's his favorite song. And I was like, bro, relax.
I'm sorry for interrupting you. Please go ahead.
No, you're fine. But anytime that you have lyrics come up on Instagram or you have lyrics come up on Apple Music, you got to type those out yourself unless you got someone on your team doing those. So when I got to his verse on All Good, I was like, working all my life, I've been hurting, bro. And there's some words that I still was like, I don't know if I got them, but I was like, hey, can you send me your verse? And he's like, yeah, I got you. He never did. So I still don't know if the lyrics are 100% accurate, but they're at least like 97%.
I was about to say they sound pretty accurate to me. So, girl, they're accurate, damn it.
And it wasn't until I was typing them up, I was like, I knew he was spitting, but you was really spitting on here.
Yes, absolutely. He has this kind of like where he's doing his own like song verse.
I love his flow.
He layered the fuck out of his verse. He got some bars in there and everything. I am super happy about it. And I
gotta do a shout out to the UK real quick because the UK picked up that track and they have not stopped playing it. Like they love All Good.
Wow. So is that on Spotify that you get your track stuff like that? Yeah. Okay. Great.
Spotify and Apple. Well, yeah, mostly Spotify.
Okay. I was about to say. I was like, Apple Music don't be doing that much work for artists. Apple Music don't be fucking with y'all like that, huh?
Yeah, not like Spotify is definitely more artist friendly. You still get your stats from Apple Music, but as far as like going international, Spotify is amazing.
Yeah, they're the one. Well, shout out to the UK. We love y'all here. Okay. Yeah, I love that All Good is the first real taste of hip hop that we get too, right? Because I feel like people separate like R&B and rap so often, but I feel like our childhood, you know, like I was born in 96, you were 95, so like I feel like our childhood had all these awesome like rap and R&B combos, and you just had to call that a hip hop song because you know it was the umbrella. So I'm really happy that we got that. Is there a message that you really wanted to get across on All Good? For me, it was like this was for the haters. You know what I'm saying? This is you uplift yourself. If you have haters, that means you're doing something right. Right? Yeah. Is that the kind of message that you wanted All Good to give up?
It is a message for the haters. When I came out and I was writing All Good, like I was just thinking once again about people around me that I've talked to about struggle. And my mom stood out to me too because my mom, like I love that woman to death. She has always been about her business and did what she had to do to get done what she needed to get done. But a lot of times the people who do what they need to do aren't celebrated. And so I was like, you know what? This goes out to all the hustlers. Y'all don't get y'all shine, but you're going to get your shine in this song. This for those who never got seen. This is your song for your shine. And regardless of what you're going through and who's not seeing you, just know it's all good. That's literally as simple as it is.
Period. So it's all good. We're uplifting people. We get our taste of hip hop. We keep time traveling. You're still time traveling for me here because now we're going to this like 70s, 80s kind of like it was giving me very much disco diva, Donna Summer, Diana Ross. Talk to me about Feel Me. You said Feel Me to the top with your sweet everlasting love. Is that a sample? Is that a sample that we were supposed to? Who sampled
it? I don't know. You know, I tried to find it.
It was like, yes, you're supposed to know it. Who is it? That's a good one. Okay.
I tried to find a sample for the longest because I was like, I need to get this clear just in case it gets big enough and I get in trouble. I couldn't find it anywhere. So I was like, you know what? When we cross that bridge, we gonna cross that bridge. But I haven't heard anything yet, so I'm still in the good.
Right.
But the thing about it is, and the beautiful thing with even you asking me, you're not the first person who asked me if it was a sample. So it means it's not detectable really, unless you really, really, really listen it hard because of the way that I layered it with my voice.
Yeah.
It's definitely a sample, and I've always wanted to work with a song that had a sample on it. So when I heard, and Feel Me was actually the most affordable track out of all the tracks on here, which is
And if it's
crazy.
really a sample, it shouldn't have been, because
Yeah. Well, the thing is, when you get certain licenses, like your producer's like, yeah, I'm not responsible for this sample, da 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 da. So if you're buying this, that responsibility falls on you.
Period.
So when you clear samples, usually you have to go directly to who originally produced that song or whoever holds the rights to it. And because I don't know the song, I don't know who to talk to.
Of course,
So
you don't know who to reach out to, and it's not Shaka Khan. I thought it was Shaka Khan. I
don't know who it is. I was typing in every word that I could clearly hear, but I didn't find them.
I could not find a song with those lyrics. And I don't know if you call that a run or a riff. I'm still learning my musical terms, right? But on the Sweet Everlasting Love part, I was like, that sounds like somebody I know. I was like, is this Cheryl Lynn? Is this like Gloria? Like, who is this?
So that part is not a sample. That part is me.
Period.
So the sample part is just a little feel me to the top. And then when I do with your sweet, that's me, but they do sweet or something in the background. And then I don't even know what they say for the last part. I was like, let me put my own words there.
You got busy on Feel Me. You definitely
I appreciate it.
So here's where I start to get upset with you though, because now we're at track what I think Feel Me is track 7, right? And we've gone through all of your starred tracks, and we still don't have a bridge. No bridges on your songs, like no chord changes.
So originally I had a bridge on Say It because I was like, Say It ends really abruptly. Like real abruptly. And I had 2 versions of it recorded, and I sent it to my ears to listen to, and they thought that the shorter version sounded better. So I was like, all right, that's the one I'm gonna go with, because I couldn't decide. And for the bridge, it kind of started like the progression got a little darker. And so I was like, I want to keep people in, the light sense. So I just let the bridge go. And the trouble with not directly producing your tracks is kind of you're limited to how the track plays out. Okay. And so a lot of times there aren't bridges, not because I don't want one in there, but literally the way the song is, like, there's no bridge that was in there.
All the way through. And then we get to We're On Our Way by Two Take Shawty. Girl, who is Two Take Shawty?
So I had to give a shout out to Trey, because anytime I've been at a function with him, like there was this one person that we went to a function with, and he called him Two Shot Blank. I wanted to take that part out, but toward the end of recording the album, I was having some creative differences with my producer, and it didn't end super well. And so I couldn't get him to take it off. So I was like, I'm just leaving on there.
And so you did. And I'm glad you did, because again, we get a little piece of personality from you, right? Yeah. So that was some friend group personality. Shout out to my twin nigga, you know what I'm saying? Tall Trey, 6'7", you know what I'm saying? Yeah, he ate that for me. The song is called We're On Our Way, but you got a whole lot of I statements. You go, I this, I'm, you know what I'm saying, all of that up until the hook. What's the message there in a song called We're On Our Way, but you start about you?
That's honestly a song just like purely about progress. Like a lot of times people look at so much stuff they haven't done and how much stuff they haven't achieved. They don't give themselves credit for where they're at and how much progress they have made. And then I think my favorite line from the entire project is "And We're On Our Way." Is the name would always say how we like, I bet they wish they would have caught our vibe, and now you late, huh? You say you want us to go play. Nah, for real, that's how I feel. But if you help me prep my meal, pull up a seat, because you're gonna eat with me. I was like, oh, yeah. Just because, like, right now, especially in our early to mid 20s, I feel like we're setting the ground for who's really going to be with us for whatever our journey is going to be. And
Hmm.
so my thing is, if you're not going to be helping me prep my plate, you're not helping me prep the table, don't come to me when we eating, because you weren't there for the preparation process.
Yeah.
So
I'm with that.
yeah.
Yeah. I got right here in my notes. I'm glad you said that. I said food analogy slash extended metaphor in verse two. I was like, yeah. I was like, what was the inspiration behind the prepping the meal? But you see how you got there? I'm
Oh,
so
I gotta give it to my brother, one of my older brothers, Shaq, too. So my brother Shaq, he used to go to Clemson. He actually used to play for them too at one point.
mhm.
Very tight knit with the players that he was with, and they used to come. Like, a lot of people don't realize that when you have players come to a D1 school, a lot of them are far away from home. They don't have any family, and a lot of times, like college athletes don't get paid at all.
Mm,
So you sometimes you might not have something to eat. So like Shaq used to bring a lot of his football player friends to
mhm,
our house just to eat, and he ended up starting something called EBE, which stands for Everybody Eats, and that's
mhm,
always been his mindset. So I just took that and pretty much put it in my song, like in that second verse,
mhm.
because I believe that if your people are with you when you aren't eating, they should be with you when you are. You know?
Yeah, I'm with that. Yeah. Shout out to the A1 day ones out there. You know,
Yeah,
support your homie's dreams, support your homegirl's dreams. Because you
exactly.
never know, right? But also, just because, like, if we're friends, if we're family, and I'm going to call you that, then I should treat you like that, and vice versa, right? I
Hmm.
definitely see the need for reciprocity. On
Exactly.
We're on our way. I'm very glad that we have We're on our way on the album because it kind of fills that spot for me. And I like the vocals on We're on Our Way too. You know what I'm saying? Anybody can kind of like sing loud. You know what I'm saying? If you can sing loud, but the best singers can sing quietly, right? And the way
True. A lot of people don't understand that.
baby, what you know, it takes so much
It's
control,
hard.
right?
It's
Like as
hard.
a vocalist to be able to hit notes accurately and convey that sound and evoke that emotion, but at a low volume,
Mm,
right? Without
yeah.
pushing and projecting, right? I love
It's
the
like
vibe that we get from We're on
that.
Our Way.
Mm-hmm.
And it has the longest kind of outro on the album too. I think we have like 30-35 seconds of instrumental at the end. Was that
Yeah.
intentional too, or did you just forget to
It
cover
was, because as much as I am a singer, I'm an instrumentalist, and I hear the beauty of it. And I don't think we have as many songs that kind of bring attention to the musical or the instrumental aspect of a
it?
song. And so I just love the instrumental for We're on Our Way. I was like, this is great riding music. Like when that bass drops, to like it really rides. So I was like, I gotta let this play out.
Yeah, that was a great choice. It is definitely one of my favorite instrumentals up there. Would you say We're on Our Way is the fullest instrumental, like the most kind of like complex musicality on the album out of the 9 or 10? Well, nine because you can't include Cozy Acoustic. You can't.
Yeah.
Like that, right?
I would say it's definitely between Say It and We're on Our Way.
And We're on Our Way. Okay, yeah.
Mhm.
So we're giving Say It its flowers today, y'all. If y'all
Yeah, and We're on Our Way was again produced by the amazing Brian
Brian
Young.
Young, yeah, I'll say he was back. I put down there. I was like, Brian's back. Brian did what he
He-
had to do. He did what he had to do. Y'all, if you're not listening to Say It, y'all need to go back and listen to Say It, baby, because Say It
Mhm.
is it fullest instrumental, fullest vocals, definitely the message that we're looking for. Absolutely classic R&B vibes. Speaking of classic R&B vibes and orchestration, Fallen, no Alicia Keys.
Oh.
Fallen was a pre-release, but really, if you take off the
Mhm.
Cozy acoustic, it is the outro really to the album because we've heard Cozy before, right? So
Yeah.
talk to me about Fallen, picking it for the last slot, like all of that good stuff, because I think Fallen is your most complex song up there. The intricate,
Really?
oh my God, the intricate instrumental, the quick flow, your soft but intense kind of vibe, definitely
Mhm.
a
You
complex.
better analyze, sir.
Get me, okay, get me. We love it. Talk to me about the process of creating and placing Fallen.
Okay, Fallen got it. I feel like all of these have interesting stories behind it, but Fallen, as soon as I recorded it, I was like, this needs to be released on Valentine's Day. That's literally when it was released, to Valentine's this year. Um, so originally, I was like, I want another feature on Fallen.
Mm-hmm.
Um, And I had a friend that was a male vocalist. You might know his name, Cam West, ended up being on The Voice. I was like, yo, Cam, your voice would be beautiful on here because I wanted him on the second verse. So this is another song where I'll know if you're actually listening to the song or not. Because at the beginning of it, you hear okay, I don't want to do this. I'm not sure if we should do this. I know I'm feeling this way, but I'm trying to pull back. Yeah, so you hear like I'm kind of apprehensive. But then the second verse is just like, let's get into it. Like, let's literally fall into the abyss of love. Let's go for it. And so you have these conflicting ideas. And at first I wanted it to be two different people. We hear the girl kind of trying to hold back, but then the guy's like, I want to do it. Let's fall. But Cam, he was like, I'm going on vacation for this long and I'll be back by this time. And I would love to do it because he heard the demo. He was like, but it was just a matter of like getting together with him and getting him to actually, record. And so by the time his vacation was over, I saw that he had an audition on The Voice and then he was on The Voice. And I was like, oh, okay.
Oh, okay. You probably don't have time.
Yeah, we probably above my pay grade now. So maybe another time.
But if y'all are friends, then like he probably still would have done it.
I think like that was a really busy time for him. But I really do still want to do something with him because I felt like his voice would have been perfect.
Yeah.
But I do like the fact that now rather than conflicting persons, it's conflicting ideas within one person. So now we have this dichotomy where it's like, oh, I want to fall for you. But it's like, I don't know if I want to fall for you.
Right.
So, yeah.
I think it was great. I think Fallen is super cute. I think Fallen has like this, I don't know if people were expecting like not a ballad, but something a little bit more straight to the point. Like this is all love song, because Fallen usually does that when people title their things Fallen, like, okay, falling in love straight up, that's all it's gonna be about, whatever. But that conflict, that tension there, I feel like especially with the different instruments that we hear, because we hear some different instruments in the instruments.
That guitar, that
you know what I'm saying? We only hear anything different like that on QT. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like Fallen really kind of like seals the deal on, okay, I have a multitude of sounds that I from Kaydence Day.
And I appreciate Fallen because I recorded Fallen, Cozy, and Posted with the same producer. And then all the other songs were recorded with another producer. And so with Fallen, like that, the producer that I was working with was more heavy on like vocals. And he's also a singer himself. So he really knows how to mix voices well. And he's also an instrumentalist. So he likes complexities when it comes to working with your voice and with instruments. But with Fallen, I feel like the emphasis on the actual track is the space. So na 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 na, like there's no kind of vocal complexity. There's a lot of space in between the chorus. Something about just got me falling. And I don't know what I'm gonna do. And so I think space is important sometimes because we get to give emphasis to different parts of the song, like the guitar. You know what I'm saying? And when we originally first recorded it, he was like, "Is that all?"
Right.
I was like, I say, yeah, because sometimes like less is more.
Yeah. Come on, yeah.
Cha cha cha. Shout out to the TP.
Okay.
But yeah, like that was one of those songs where it's like less is more, but it's still good.
Yeah.
And so I really appreciate Falling.
Yeah. I think the less is more idea, the complexities of the guitar really pop out on Fallen, and I think that's why it's perfect to go before the Cozy acoustic.
Yeah,
the acoustic. This Cozy acoustic is T. Okay, so the decision behind Cozy for the acoustic instead of Say It, instead of Feel Me, and instead of Getaway, which has a video, you know what I'm saying? Why Cozy, other than, unless that was the only reason that it was like the most popular at first? Why Cozy?
It was, and like one thing I really like to do is see different ways somebody can sing a song. So in my free time, a lot of times I'll go to a song that I like on YouTube and listen to the original, and then I'll see people do covers of it because I think it's so beautiful to see how many different ways a song could be interpreted. And so for Cozy, I was like, I could picture this being an acoustic cover with like the box drum and the keys and all that stuff, but I didn't have access to all of those people for the time that I needed them.
Right.
And so originally I was going to play it in the studio and drop it, but once again, some kind of differences with my producer. And so I literally was like, listen, I can't wait anymore. Set up a microphone and my software in my kitchen right here and recorded Cozy Acoustic. Because I play guitar too. So I was just like, I got a microphone, so I'm gonna just do this at home.
That's you on the guitar too?
Yeah.
Girl, I was about to say, I was like, yo, who is this riding this guitar like that while you see your little heart out? It's you.
It's me.
The talent jumped out. The talent jumped out the phone screen. Oh my God. How do you feel like the Cozy Acoustic wraps the album with a bow? How do you feel like it really completes the album instead of falling?
I think it kind of squares off that atmosphere that was created within the whole album. Like there's a space that you come to for the whole album. There are slight changes of like the sound of the space within the different tracks, but you're still in a space of a winding down and of comfort for all of the songs, most of the songs. And so for Cozy being an acoustic and it being live, it's just like, okay, I'm bringing you into my actual space one more time. And then when I end with the little for the guitar going up, it's just like, it's over. And I hope you've enjoyed your stay at the recliner.
Yes, yes, I hope you've enjoyed your stay in the recliner. Like it's the Crown Plaza. Like,
exactly.
I love that. I love that idea. Oh my gosh, man. Kaydence Day, the recliner on all streaming platforms. You can go get it today. The getaway video is on YouTube. Hella views on that video. Can't wait to see it hit 1 million because it deserves. Is there anything on the recliner that we did not notice, that we didn't address, that you like, here's what you missed? You know what I'm saying? Anything that you want to make sure we hit about the recliner?
I think we did pretty well with going into depth about everything. I will say music is definitely open to interpretation. Going back to Feel Me, I had a few people that were playing around it like, Feel Me is about sex, ain't it? I was like, shut up.
Like, oh my God, no.
You want him to fill you with your everlasting love. I said, shut up.
Ew. Now, we do not slut shame here, but ew.
I'm not slut shaming, but I was like, come on now. Does that sound like it's about sex?
No, Feel Me to the Top with Your Sweet Everlasting Love does not sound like sex. No, it doesn't.
Exactly. And so I will say that just for clarification for the intention of that song, Feel Me is definitely dedicated to the people who settle a lot. A lot of times, talk is enough for people to be with somebody, or what they say they're gonna do, this, that, and a third. And like, Feel Me is just like, nah, it's not enough. Like, you have to completely fill me with your love if you really want to be with me. And so I do want to say that is the purpose of that song, but interpret it however you may.
Yeah, whatever gets you to play
it. Exactly. And funny story, like I've had people inbox me saying like that they've had some of the best sex of their life to post it. I was like,
what? People tell you stuff like that? What?
Dude, it's hilarious. Like, I appreciate it, and it's funny to me because I was like, I didn't think Posted would be the one out of the entire album to ensue like something like that. But go ahead, go get it.
I'm not gonna lie. If I'm fucking to anything, I'm fucking to Getaway for sure. Because
really?
It has that girl. Well, I'm a Scorpio girl, so like we get into it.
You another Scorpio. That's right. You and Trey birthday twin.
Exactly. So we get into it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not with all that fast paced rabbit shit.
That flowy stuff. Well, I can see that with Getaway or Cozy, but it's just like Posted, and they were like, "Well, no need like the tempo." I was like, "Okay."
Posted. No, bro, I'm chilling with my friends. I'm not fucking my friends.
And I think the funniest thing about it to me is like somebody else that told me they had great sex to that song is a close friend of mine. And so I was like, you were fucking to my voice?
Does that stuff not freak you out? Like, is that not like a girl?
It's kind of weird, but at the same time, it's like I'm happy I could create that space for you to have amazing sex.
You're so.
I'd rather you told me that you had amazing sex to my song than like some average or like some, you know what I'm saying?
It was like I tried to fuck to your song the other day, but he just couldn't get into it. I would be mad. You're right.
Yeah.
What the hell? Okay, so the album's been out for a few months. And you know you've been talking about like the reception you've gotten like from the ears, right? That's your inner circle. Those are the close friends you're hearing about on Posted, I guess, right? Who else have you kind of like gotten like reviews from? Have you seen anything? Like what's like a piece of criticism or some reception that you were like really open to or that you remember?
And this ain't even me being like on some cocky shit, but like I haven't gotten anything bad about it. For people who like love it a lot, like I have a lot of people who are an older audience, and I really appreciate that because that means my music really has the potential to be timeless, and I like this to be able to touch whoever listens to it. So I have a lot of people who are older, and they're like, Mia, like what I'm saying, you need to get your subscribers up on YouTube. You need to get your audience bigger, and I appreciate that because I do. But I don't know how.
I don't know how.
Yeah, like I'm trying to learn how. Like I said, whenever you're doing promoting, it's pretty much just you and whoever is helping you when you're an independent artist. And so like I'm limited honestly to my followers, and then whoever they might have following them when they share my stuff. Right. And so I'm trying to, I guess, set a plan up where I can get more subscribers, and then also balance it out because I do want my people to have, or I do want my stuff to have more views, but I want it to be sincere. You know what I'm saying? I don't want you to look at my stuff because I want you to look at my stuff. I want you to look at it because you really want to vibe to it. I want you to look at it because it's going to help you. I want you to look at it because, it's organic for whatever atmosphere you're trying to set. I'm not one of those people who wants to force people, hey, go do this, go do this, go do this, go do this. Right. Right. So I'm trying to find a balance with it because there is a certain level of like being fervent that you have to be, like I said, when it is just you. So I'm trying to find that out. But all the help I can get, I definitely appreciate it. Okay. And even like one thing about me is I really don't like asking for help. So even with this whole process of putting the video together, with putting the project together, it's been a process for me with seeing it's okay to ask for help. And if people genuinely want to do it, they're not going to ask anything of you, because I've had a lot of bad experience in the past where somebody helps me, but then they hang this over my head. And I really don't like that. Yeah. So I've learned that, the people who really want to help you, they will. And it's okay to accept help from them if they will.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We love genuine support. That's the best line. The line. What? Are you shitting me? Right?
For real. That's why I said when you reached out to me about this, I was just like,
Nah, please. Okay. Really for me, it was the yeses. The yeses really made me. I was like, people want me to talk to them? Like, oh my God. Right. Like, yes.
I'm saying, like, I've always wanted to have another conversation with you outside of asking you to come down for that party, because like just seeing the things that you've done, like on Twitter, on Instagram, like ways you've contributed to awareness on Winthrop's campus, or not Winthrop, sorry, wrong school, Clemson's campus. Clemson's campus, with the different interviews that you've done, like, and even the things that you've gotten involved with this past year. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're really out here doing amazing things and inspiring a great group of people to take action in great ways. And I already knew prior to this interview, like, if there's something about you that you're going to do, you're going to learn something before you talk about what you talk about.
Hello.
So you're not just talking out your ass. Like, you really are learning about the things and educating yourself on the things that you're talking to and trying to. Oh, come on, no.
This is all, baby. Kaydence Day OTS. Like,
I am honored.
yeah, girl, you deserve it. This project was so full. It was so full. And I just am so proud of everything that you put together. I appreciate all of your praises because, girl, if I could open my mouth and that comes out, baby,
Listen.
I'd be a different bitch. Okay. God knew what talents to keep. Because, honey, this is it. You really did your thing on this. And to know that you wrote every word, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're on all the lyrics, the writing credits all go to you. You know what I'm saying? I think it's funny you have your producers on your writing credits. I think that is hilarious.
Yeah,
Apple
in the
Music.
contract, you have there are certain things where you have to give them a certain percentage, and
Mhm.
it's all good. Like I don't like taking shine away from anybody who deserves it.
Mm-hmm. So that being said, though, Nia, I mean, listen, you've been. This is. We've talked a lot about the support and some of the things that have kind of held you back, like being independent and talking about promo and all that stuff and getting that help. Do you see yourself one day in the future signing to a label to kind of do that work for you? Because I mean, that's kind of what they're for,
It
right?
is, it is, and if that were an option, I will say that I'm gonna have somebody look the hell out of whatever contract I get. I'm gonna look over whatever contract I get because I was in HR and I know you need to read absolutely everything.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna make sure that it works for me and the brand that I'm trying to create because the thing about a lot of labels and even just the music business altogether is with any kind of business, it's built on being successful.
Mm-hmm.
So if we have this sound that's out and it's successful, we need to stick to this sound. If
Mm-hmm.
we have this look that works for attracting more people to you, we're going to keep up with this look. And that's cool if that's my goal, but my goal is to keep it me. So if
Right.
this sound is not me, if this look is not me, I'm not rocking with it.
Right. Okay.
So if it was like if I were to sign, like they would need to give me flexibility. I know I would owe them a percentage, but like earlier on, it is helpful to be able to have people behind you to help, pump out more of your content so more people can see it. But I just want to make sure that it's me they see. And then I'm also trying to figure out like how I don't want to say I'll say how exposed I'm going to be
Okay.
because if you notice with all my artwork, my face isn't in any of it.
Right.
And that's for good reason because I really am mindful about my privacy and the privacy of others.
Mm-hmm.
So if I had to pull kind of like a her at the beginning and keep my stuff anonymous, but kind of not anonymous, like I'm really trying to figure out where I balance at with all of that as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because we
So
didn't know Miss Gabby for a good like year or two when she first came out.
yeah.
Who was this with his glasses? Right? She had a silhouette on her artwork and stuff. We were like, oh,
Mhm.
girl, who is you? Right?
Yeah, now she got her face out pretty much.
But listen, I am very appreciative of everything that we got from you today. You really let us in. You know what I'm saying? This was a super in-depth interview. I don't know if you've talked to anybody
Yeah.
else at length about the recliner
No.
like this. Yeah, but it deserves to be talked about. This is a project absolutely worthy of discussion. A 10 out of 10 for me for sure. I don't know what Metacritic is going to say.
I appreciate
But
that,
yeah,
Sharon.
of course, my love. Is there anything that you want to close the people out with? Anything on your mind?
Um, just like for anybody who has something that they genuinely want to do, whether it be music, whether it be starting a business, whether it be starting, a web series or something like that, please don't write. Please don't get to the point where it's 2, 3, 5 years from now when you're looking back like, dang, I should have done this.
Mm-hmm.
Like this year has been hard, but I feel like something that we've gotten from this year has also been time and pressure.
Mm-hmm.
And it's weird to have those at the same time, but it's just like, since you have the time, the pressure is on for what you're going to do with it now.
Mm-hmm.
Because we've gotten a chance to see, okay, if my job fires me, like what am I going to do? If this, that, and the third happens to me. So it's really a great time to be able to have some introspection with yourself and say to yourself, this is what I really want to do, and then make strides toward actually doing it.
Yeah.
Because even if you can't do it 100% at first, do it 3% and then maybe 5% the next day. Put some kind of effort towards something that you want to do. because life is honestly too short for you to have dreams that you didn't try to go after, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, y'all. Life's too short, so fuck it, just do it. Shout out to Nike.
Yay!
Stripes, that's what we like. Okay. I do not own any of the rights to any of the music or art that you have seen, heard, or any displayed in this video or these videos, because I think this is going to be a two-part. We'll see.
Okay.
But you own a lot of it, so
I do. If
right.
not, I'm releasing it.
Thank you. We appreciate it. That's how you get the permission, baby. And this has been On the Scene with Kaydence Day. Thank you so much, my love.
Thank you so much again.
Take care. Wear your mask.
Yes. And after this ends, I still got to ask you about something.
Girl, you got my number. FaceTime me.
Okay.
Period. Period. All right, y'all. Y'all have a good day. Y'all take care.
Bye, everybody.